All right, everybody, it's time for another installment of Moonhawk Studios Presents. I am your host, Mac Paladin, broadcasting from my new mini gaming PC. With me in the studio, as always, is my good friend Adam.
I am fatigued.
You and me both. You and me both, brother.
Me too.
And speaking of me too, there's Kevin.
Right here, right.
Wow, never mind.
What?
I just heard what I heard. I heard what I just said.
I was about to say, brother, do you want to try that again for the love of God?
Hashtag.
It went over my head. I didn't hear it, and I don't want to ask. And I don't want to ask.
No.
Infuriate the drama. I will not include the drama. Let's move forward, folks.
That was That was epic failure. We need to clip that.
Yeah.
I'll try and remember.
Petty fan is on. Petty fan is on the technicals,
And apparently on your horrible jokes as well.
Yeah, you'll be over here with the mute button.
Wait! I have a thing for this.
Perfect.
Get out.
Perfect. Perfect. All right, and something double toil and trouble. The colics.
I am here, yes.
All right, we got an entertaining show for you tonight, and we're already off to a real banger start. So, Adam, why don't you start us off with the news?
So my day today was spent helping cleaning out closets of stuff that hadn't been used in years.
Fine.
Dust
it up, huh?
That's a way of putting it.
Works. I know exactly how that works.
Yeah. Like I said, it's part of the prep work, getting ready for all of the out-of-town family members that are coming next week. So,
boy. Yep.
That
clean up to get ready for the folks.
Yep.
Always a fun thing.
Yeah, more of that tomorrow and Friday. That's really been my news for this week. That just a lot of prep work.
Yeah.
So, and as a programming reminder, there's no regular broadcast next week because, I am going to be well in the thick of family members I haven't seen in literally years to a decade.
Well, I'm reasonably confident that Petty fan, Ogre, and I will be doing Final Fantasy XIV next week. So we will have something.
Next Tuesday?
Hopefully, yes.
Well, we're also talking like Wednesday. We have me and Ogre and Golix maybe doing Digimon, one of the Digimon fighting games for the Wednesday show.
Oh. Well, then you'll have something.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Anyway, more on that next week, I suppose. My plans are booked up for the next week and a half. So, over to you, Kevin.
Well, as usual, it's a drive-by for me. I don't really have anything much to talk about other than, work and stuff. So, yeah. That's it. Petty, what's going on in your world?
Stuff and things. Saturday, I took Soul to the shelter to get microchipped. So that was fine. There was a brief issue. The shelter changed their microchip registry company, and I guess because of that, they moved when I brought Soul in and got his chip registered. They moved my other cat Noise's chip registration, And I just woke up to an email saying ownership of your cat Noise has been transferred, and I'm like, the hell? So that's all
You're like-
sorted out. She's back in my PetLink account, so that's fun. Were you gonna say something, Mac?
Nothing important. I'm
Mm.
putting lidocaine on my feet. Proceed.
And then let's see. As far as like show stuff goes, Ogre Gulix and I have finished Digimon World Dusk, and then also had time to play some of the Time Stranger demo. That's fun. I hope I'm able to get in on the pre-order for that because I like Digimon. We're probably not gonna have like for as far as like Friday extracurricular shows. We don't really have anything planned because Time Stranger is coming out on the 3rd, and most of the Digimon games are long. So I don't have anything with like a pre-grinded save file that we could just blitzkrieg to the end for anything. So Friday, at least not like fragments shows, the Friday night evening stuff that like me, Gulix, and Ogre sometimes do are probably going to be on pause at least until Time Stranger. So, I mean, if we find something short, maybe, but we're not like really super pushing for anything at the moment. But you can give us a follow. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. As far as like other things going on, today I had the realization, courtesy of a friend of mine, that the Digimon card game national championships are this weekend, and he needs to borrow cards from me. So I've spent most of the day frantically looking through boxes to make sure he has the cards he needs to borrow so he can get them from me tomorrow. So that's definitely one of those like, well, there goes my entire day. I wish I could go, but sadly it's in Texas and I am not in Texas. So also it's my mom's birthday weekend this weekend, and I'm pretty sure if I went to Texas for a card game tournament, my locks won't, or my key won't work in the locks. Oh.
Wow.
You'd be surprised how my mom's a person. I wouldn't say she's the best person.
Don't worry, folks. She doesn't listen to the show.
She doesn't. That's why I can get away with that.
It'll be even harder for her to find you on the new channel.
Yeah. But yeah, a lot of the week has been, I guess, more bonding with Soul. I have a rolling chair or rolling stool that my sister got me last year for my birthday. Because of my disability, sometimes I need to sit down. But since the stool rolls, I can still make dinner in the kitchen even if I need to sit down. Well, Luna used to sit up there and watch me cook. And now Soul has realized, hey, this is a fun place to sit. So now the throne has passed to him. And also we're dealing with the fun tabby compulsion of wanting to open the goddamn cabinets. So I'm debating on finding some better magnet latches so he doesn't try and get in there, at least till he's bigger, and I don't have to worry about him getting caught on some pots. But there's a whole lot of things I still need to get for him. You're expensive. In a couple weeks, we need to see about getting him his booster shots, and then we need to see about getting him fixed before the spraying begins. Yeah, we luckily last I saw the prices of like a couple of places in town to get him neutered, it's only like $75, which isn't bad. And then yeah, just kind of existing. We still need to find time to get the ladder and stuff out of the pool and figure out what we're going to do with it going forward, since we haven't been able to use it all summer. Still mad about that, but when you drop $8,000 on a pool and only get 1 year of use out of it because the company that put it in are snakes, vipers, however you want to put it. And I think that's it from me. Yeah,
All
that's
right.
it from me.
Galax, what's cooking?
Not too much around here, really. There's a new Digimon EX set releasing later this week that I'm gonna try and pick up.
Yeah, I have to pass on this one
Um,
because money's kind of tight.
Yeah. And honestly, I probably need to look at some budgeting going forward because we are getting to the point in the year where there are tons of game releases, and honestly, I'm already a little bit behind on the two that I recently acquired and planned to play, which are Donkey Kong Bonanza and Super Robot Wars Y. I did also pick up Silk Song, but that was not something I planned to do a whole lot of right off the bat, on account of I still haven't actually gotten past like the first 2 or 3 bosses in Hollow Knight, and Silk Song is harder than Hollow Knight. So yeah. So not a heck of a lot going on. I think that's it probably, actually.
All right. Well, the car is somewhat fixed.
I think you need to go a little bit on what happened.
Yeah, I need to elaborate on this a little bit. So I have been running around trying to find my ass with both hands and a flashlight because while I was driving Sunday night into Monday morning, I was on pace to make the rent by the skin of my teeth. And while I was driving around in South Tucson, the wheel decided to come off my car. And it did it in spectacular fashion. It didn't just fly off the car. It decided to fall backwards into the wheel well. And then as the car flung itself forward an extra couple of feet before digging the fork of the frame into the pavement, it sent the tire flying about a quarter of a mile down the street.
I trust no one was hurt.
I was alone at 2:30 in the morning.
Fair. I mean, it could have
My
flung into
pride?
another car.
Oh, I could have done a lot of things. And South Tucson police was like, yeah, normally when a tire flies off like that, we don't find it for weeks.
Okay.
He's like, you were lucky, bro. I'm like, you have a funny definition of luck, officer.
Yeah. You'll be like, yeah, no shit, officer.
So there was talk that we were going to start Final Fantasy XIV yesterday, and that got canceled because I had to spend all day out in the sun. What happened was I had to do a minor tire rotation because I had two tires, one that was flat and ruined, and one that was going flat that did still hold air that I was working with, and I was going to get a can of Fix-A-Flat after I made the rent. to kind of shore it up a little bit because it was holding air, and that failed. So I had put the donut on the back, and I had put the regular tire up front, and apparently somebody had used some chintzy aftermarket studs to replace the studs on this car previously. And over time, and me abusing the hell out of this car doing rideshare with it, they got loose. So the lug nuts is the long part with the threads on it, and then there's a quote unquote stud that they hammer into place that threads it so it doesn't come out when you turn the nut that holds it in place. And so yeah, the back part had worked its way loose, and it just kept wobbling and wobbling and wobbling until it completely loosened all 5 nuts. So I heard this noise like flapping underneath my car. I thought my tire had gone completely flat again, and that I would need to stop. And we lost the Galax.
Oh boy.
Anyway, the tire. Anyway, so this caused it to fly off, and it ripped off half the fender, completely accordioned it backwards, and I tried to put it back on, and I did succeed somewhat. I managed to get it tightened down, and I was trying to put it in the parking lot, and then I heard this loud noise like the wheel was going to fall off again, so I stopped and called AAA and had them come and tow me to Discount Tire. And then this morning I had to go to Discount Tire and have them tow it across the street to Brake Masters because Discount Tire wouldn't do what I needed to have done. And what we found out after they took the wheel off again was that one of the bad lugs had actually snapped in half and fired like a gun through the rotor. So there was a piece sticking out. I'll have a picture for the private channel for our perusement. Do we have a reason that Galax left?
No, that hasn't said anything in private. So, I'm guessing connection, maybe?
Well, all right. Well, this is a pretty harrowing story, too.
Yeah, just, I guess keep rolling, and if it comes back, and we'll probably get something from him soon.
All right. So anyway, yeah, so that's what I've been dealing with, and I needed new tires. I needed some new tires anyway, and there was just a lot of problems with the car that I was going to start resolving this week, and now because of the severe cosmetic damage to the car, I can't do Uber and Lyft for a while. So this prompted a scenario where I will actually be using their car rental program and stop destroying my own vehicle. And that's that for that part of it. As far as like show related news, again, there is a delay in us switching over to the new channel, as a result of all this. But we're hoping upon hope that we can do it next week, assuming I can get my act together. And then like I said, I should through my third option is food delivery because I can do that invisibly and not have to worry about people reporting my car. And so I have Uber Eats and DoorDash for that option. But yeah, it's just been a whole ass thing. That and yelling at people on Twitter. You know, me and that cloud. If I had anything else, I have lost it now because I am concerned about Golix disappearing.
Does anybody want to ping him or? Wait, let
Done
me see
so,
that
he's
real quick.
offline.
Okay. Oh boy. Yeah. If he's fully offline, that was a connection issue then.
Oh, jeez.
Like he's online, then all of a sudden, poof, he's gone. It's either computer went dead or connection went dead. One of the two.
Anything about storms in the area?
He didn't mention anything.
Yeah, he didn't mention anything about weather. Let me go ahead and hook up the radar here and see if there's anything going on in Maine. No, there's no rain going on in Maine right now.
The rain in Maine
Let's go.
stays mainly on the plain.
There you go. But yeah, there's nothing weather related going on in Maine right now. Maybe some sprinkles in some places, but that's it. Nothing wild and crazy, perfect storm like.
Oh, I did want to cover. Wait, somebody said that I should mention something in my news.
Huh?
Besides the whole thing with Mike. Oh well, I think we covered that. And anyway, to facilitate this new change, I now have a Ace Magic mini PC that uses about 30 watts of power. But it's got a Ryzen 7 5600U. It's got Radeon Vega graphics, 16 gigs of RAM, and 500 gig M2 drive, and it's very colorful. So I will be able to be... And I'm using my LG Ultra Gamer Series monitor, and it seems to be working pretty well. So we have clarity.
Yes. Yep.
Just run out of words there?
I think I did. Well, I don't want to start our first video of the week without Golix.
Understandable, but we also don't know when he's re-arriving.
Right?
Yeah. We might not really have a choice in the matter here.
Yeah, like we can't really do holding pattern for all that long.
No.
Yeah. As much as it
All
sucks, I mean, yeah.
All right.
Well, let's. Oh, there he is! Yay!
Hey, there he is.
I got very worried.
Hey, there goes. There he is. So you hear the mic moving. Everything okay over there?
Am I back?
You
Yes. You appear to
good,
be.
Yeah.
Was
I
it
got
connection or
deeply
computer?
concerned.
My internet dropped for a while.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew.
Jesus.
I knew it was either connection or computer. One of the two.
Mm-hmm.
I
That's how
got
that
deeply
works.
concerned because I didn't want to proceed without your
Sorry
company.
about that.
Oh no, it's just I was telling that harrowing tale of my car exploding.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. I
Well,
couldn't
I'm
remember
back.
if there was any other pertinent. Couldn't remember if there was any other pertinent details, but the plan is still in place. Oh, I know. Teddy fan, I was talking to you. I was talking to everybody else in the private business. This is kind of important because this is show order related. So, what I'm considering doing, and I think this is how we should go, is since it's cast and crew related, We're going to do Final Fantasy 14 on the new MSP channel. And I'm going to do the Tokyo Mirage Idol games. We had a whole thing about that last week. On Mac Paladin's Retro Gaming Emporium, which is, I think, a more appropriate switch because Final Fantasy 14 is actually a current game. And I do kind of like keeping the theme of my other channel with the whole retro gaming kitsch.
Well, what we can also do is both of our channels do 14 and just link the chats. We can test that feature.
That sounds fine to me. I'm excited about that process. Oh yeah, do the whole guest star thing or whatever.
That way people can realize that your channel exists.
Yes, this is going to be very important because, I mean, it's not like we have a gigantic listenership over here anyway, but the few diehards that have been with us for all eternity.
Well, and I do have people who, when I do Final Fantasy content, they do pop in.
Yeah.
So this way I can bring them over to the other channel as well. See, I'm right, thinking.
And then they'll see. Officer thinking, Lieutenant. I've heard the galley has stocked some Romulan ale that might make the evening go smoother. Yeah, this trio and alcohol, no.
Well, good for you. I can't have alcohol.
Yeah, and I shouldn't. Because then I tell my boss and his wife things that I probably shouldn't say to anybody.
Like where the bodies are?
No, I was thinking more like how I visited the island of Kamana Wanalea.
No. God, no. And that's how Mac was banned from the Arby's.
Oh boy.
Well, it was actually the Russian bartender that was serving us at the dive bar was quite amused by that, and she swapped my my fruity cocktail for a Sprite. And she said, "I think you are the designated driver."
We're getting into a whole weird area, and I don't like it.
Yeah, let's. I think we need to get.
Anyway, so there's some yellow people we need to look at.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have a great video, and Adam is just dying to introduce it.
Right. So what we're watching here is not an episode of The Simpsons, but an episode of America's Most Wanted. For those
because
who
don't
remember this program.
Could I?
Yes.
Yeah. For those of you who don't remember, America's Most Wanted was a show that went from the first round anyway, from about 1988 well into the 2000s. It was hosted by a certain Adam Walsh, who is more known to do Omega XL commercials these days, but for a long time hosted the show because, as many of you remember, his son Adam was kidnapped and tragically murdered, and he's basically spent his life following crime, essentially, in his son's name and memory. And he did it largely via this show, America's Most Wanted, which showcased fugitives and criminals who were on the lam, as it were. And they had they had viewers who saw these stories, and they basically had if you've seen these people, don't try to come across them. Call us and give us some tips. And they've actually caught a lot of the people that they showed. Mm-hmm. It recently got revived on Fox, first with another host, and then eventually they brought Adam Walsh back with his new son.
Didn't they have something like a 40% success rate or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Something like this, that was astronomical.
Yeah, it was very successful, and it was
much higher
popular
success
across
rate than
world. Yeah.
much higher success rate than the current FBI at nailing down any crime.
You said it, not me.
There's a certain criminal in the big White House you need to go after anyway.
Yeah, anyhow, but yeah.
And we have a podcast host running the FBI.
Yeah.
Does that mean unqualified?
Actually, if you think about it, two of them, as of this recording, anyway. But
you know what, Petty Fan? I would put your investigative prowess against Kash Patel any day of the week.
Well, mostly because I have a functioning brain.
Yeah. Anyway.
Thanks.
More
Go me a Coke.
Yeah, more to the point here. So America's Most Wanted around this time, Fox was basically doing crossovers with some other shows. They actually did a crossover with a certain show you might have heard of called Cops around this time, and apparently, for what we have here, is they decided to. Well, obviously, at some point, you had to have them cross over with the show that is basically the show for the network. That's not sports.
Yeah, and just to clarify, that's not Fox News. That's regular Fox. Fox News is their other entertainment network.
Right. This
would have been barely a thing at this stage.
I don't think they even announced it when this aired. So
putting that aside, this episode was done in collaboration with the really the only two-parter I think The Simpsons has ever done to date. And that is the Who Shot Mr. Burns saga, which is their takeoff of Who Shot JR.
Right.
And this premiered, I want to say, right before the second part of Who Shot Mr. Burns. And it was a rundown of all the top suspects. So let's get into it.
There's a lead-in. Give it a moment.
Welcome aboard law enforcement's latest weapon in the war on crime. We're flying above the city of Miami in a state-of-the-art, high-tech, undercover police helicopter.
That's the same intro, by the way, that they did for the Ops thing that they did.
Who's been on the run since
in a helicopter.
A viewer tip led us to this location, where some say the gunman wanted in.
How is a helicopter undercover?
Don't question it.
I mean, presumably it's undercover as a different helicopter, but what kind?
Right.
News helicopter. It's news helicopter. Private helicopter. I mean, it's Miami.
Operator, give me the.
You don't know Miami Vice. Like.
I'll kill that Mr. Burns. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say, blah blah blah.
This is
That's
probably
not how you do Miranda.
I'm not out of order. The whole freaking system is out of order.
Look, you got 3 whole words right. That's kind of a lot for Wiggum.
Whoever put this montage together, man. Wow.
We can tell them that is not the modern Simpsons team.
No, it is not.
Good evening.
On the face of it, this is a very weird crossover.
Yeah.
It is.
Why and by whom? That remains
Also the donuts. Nice
all
touch.
summer long,
Yeah,
Americans
nice
have asked
touch.
themselves, who shot Mr. Burns?
Nobody
Tonight we'll attempt to
this is
answer that baffling question
unless I
by
get sprinkles.
uncovering hidden clues,
Suckers.
delving into the checkered past of the victim himself, and investigating the citizens of the town of Springfield, a city known for
Whoa.
Jesus.
Responsible adult.
That's one way to get a good look at the rifling.
Sorry.
We know there are numerous suspects, and so far on Springfield's Most Wanted,
It's been a while since a lot of you have watched The Simpsons, hasn't it?
Oh,
we've also
God.
gathered a vast array of experts in the fields
Okay,
of
that
law
was a good
enforcement,
gag.
Yeah.
psychology,
Yeah.
bookmaking, including former Los Angeles Police Chief Daryl Gates. Renowned
Oh, God!
psychiatrist
Woo!
stars,
Oh.
Dr. Lydia Hansen.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Fabulous Mirage Hotel in Las
Oh.
Vegas,
Like-
Jimmy Vaccaro.
Kevin you want to tell these people who Daryl Gates is?
Oh, well, I know about him.
Well, if you ever remember, I've ever come across a documentary of the Los Angeles riots of 1992. You know very well who Daryl Gates is.
Now, hopefully, with the help
The
of our
previous
experts, we can
iteration
shed
of
some
the
light on
Insurrection
what this
Act.
Perhaps the best place to start is with the victim
Yes,
himself.
Daryl Gates was a
Montgomery
longtime
Burns.
chief of the
What would
LAPD
drive a resident
who,
of the normally tranquil
basically,
town of Springfield
did not give a
gun
damn
down an
about
innocent man?
racism in his
Or is
department.
he so innocent?
Yeah.
Let's take a moment
And
to
it
look
came,
at
and it came alive
Montgomery Burns.
with a certain man by the name of Rodney King.
Yep. The Rodney King riots and the term racial profiling was actually, I believe, coined at that point.
Yeah. Like,
well, they might spit on this.
yes. So, this would be about 3 years after he got booted, and well, I guess it should not be surprised he's on Fox, and we've lost Oz again.
Damn it.
We have to go back 81 years and uncover the secrets of his childhood.
I just wanted to remember something here. Didn't Daryl Gates also have, like, wasn't he, like, involved in Name in the Police Quest series of games?
He was. He was involved in Police Quest 4.
Loving natural parents.
Yeah.
Like, in fact, Ken Williams thought that was the selling point of that particular title.
No
It
one
wasn't.
can measure the impact of a painful break with his parents, but one thing is certain: the young Monty Burns was becoming
Yeah, it's like Daryl Gates' Police Quest.
Yeah.
He had set upon a wicked path, a course he would follow
Oh
for the
my
rest
God.
of his life.
I'm afraid we have
What the fuck?
Research shows people see you as something
Yeah.
of an ogre.
I ought to club them and eat their bones.
A film biography might let them get to know the real you.
Well, I guess Gollix has Spectrum or something.
Left out pleasant.
Springfield's Most Wanted has pored over countless newspapers and newsreels to piece together the sordid details of Mr. Burns's life. What we found was not always a pretty
I'm
picture.
not exactly sure
If you'll
how
excuse
to
me, I'm changing for a
frame this.
Horrifying.
I'm
Yes.
so sorry, Mr. Burns. Hey, Mom, did he have those spots all over his body?
I heard that.
Oops.
Would you feel more comfortable if I left too, sir?
Of course not, Smithers. You're like a doctor.
Over the years, Montgomery
Oh
Burns
my.
has proven to be heartless,
I think the boy's hurt.
Oh, for crying out loud! Just give him a nickel and let's get going.
insensitive,
You're
You know,
Just because I'm married.
all right. I'm firing you because you won't have sex with me.
rude,
this is just a reminder of how Carrie Shearer doesn't have the voice anymore.
And I've been on safari.
Oh, he's been voicing
violent,
Mr. Burns for like 100,000 years.
I'm giving you the
Yeah.
beating of your life.
Stop that.
and his callous disregard for the environment may have destroyed Springfield's ecosystem for generations to come.
30 seconds to core
Something very closely resembles the current administration. Something.
Yeah, no, this one's supposed to be a
Something.
blueprint.
So maybe the question is not
It's
why
like
someone
this episode was not a how-to.
Why wouldn't everyone?
I'm disappointed
Sure.
that they
Atlas
didn't.
Shrugged, we're not supposed to be fucking blueprints.
Possible
Right.
motives for murder.
You got the blue.
Well, oh dear God,
Yes, really. That's
Sipowicz, Sipowicz.
At least we're not seeing his ass here.
Oh God.
I'll straighten him out good.
I am certain.
At least he's not saying "Ipsy this, you pissy
Wait a
little
minute.
bitch."
Their relationship has
Going
been strained lately.
Yes.
Yep.
Let me see.
Welcome back to Springfield's Most Wanted. In a moment,
Oh,
Jordan
Melrose
Thorne.
Place. Okay.
reveal startling
Yeah.
new information about
She was also on Ally McBeal.
recreation.
Yeah,
of what police
but more to the
believe
point,
happened
we're talking
on the
Melrose
day
Place
of
here
the
because this is
shooting.
1995.
What are you so happy about?
Yep.
See.
Recreation. Yep.
They said drop it. Hey man, are you okay?
I'm kind of disappointed that they didn't try to actually reenact this in live action.
Yeah, you
It
know.
would have been terrible,
I mean,
but
you could have. They could have. I mean, but all these recreations are supposed to be terrible. That's the
different
point.
reason to gun down Mr. Burns.
Right,
So
which
let's
has actually
track down the suspects.
led to some
Listen
problems
to their side of
with
the
the
Well, yeah.
reenactors getting identified as the suspects a couple of times.
You laugh.
I
Mac,
saw him at Kmart.
Mac, you laugh, but there are actually people who got injured due to this.
Oh, I know. I know. I'm telling you, I saw him at Kmart.
You bastard. I lost my bar. I lost his bar.
I'm disappointed that they didn't have they don't have some characters' full names.
School of Financial Security.
Actually, a thing they invented for this two-parter,
Look what he did,
like
my
Mo
best friend.
Sislak.
What? No, my dog.
In order to understand the actions of the fugitive, we have to go inside his head.
And
locate
they got the
evil
actual shooter in the
impulses that
last.
drive him. We've gathered a
Maggie
panel of
Simpson
experts
shot Mr.
who have
Burns.
I'm just
explored
watching for the
complex
gags in the
scientific
background
shocking
in these live
characteristics
action
Uh-huh.
sequences.
of criminal
Yeah.
mind. Someone in Springfield fits this profile,
Mostly the.
but who? For more on this issue, let's start with former LA Police Chief
Oh
Darryl Gates.
God.
Chief.
Thanks, John. You know, I've been in
Don't
law
call him
enforcement
that.
for
Maybe-
most of my
Oh
life.
God.
I was
Yeah.
chief of
It's
police
like
in the city of Los
say-
Angeles for
say-
over 15 years, and I handled hundreds of
Ladies-
celebrity cases during that time. But
He
this
are-
incident
celebrity
This
cases.
Burns is the
Sure.
most bizarre I've ever encountered. I've got to tell you, I've never seen anything like it.
Take
Uh-huh.
one last look at the sun, Springfield.
Okay, in fairness, you didn't have a lot of people trying to block the sun.
I've been in Reno for
Right.
6 weeks. Did I miss anything? Ugh.
Now, here's the
Better
way I see it.
gags.
After being shot, Burns stumbled around for quite a while. A professional killer would have dropped him in his tracks. I believe the shooter
Oh
was an
yeah.
amateur,
Come
someone
on.
unfamiliar with
This
firearms.
is just beyond rehabilitation.
Say, use the remote.
I can't find it.
Well, check your holster.
Oh, yeah.
A rescue plane. Get the flare gun.
This ain't one of your church picnic flare gun firing Flanders. This is the real thing.
A high percentage of victims in cases like this know their assailants. A crime of passion.
And no one was
misunderstanding
surprised.
between friends. We can only speculate.
Smithers,
I think
come
it's
over
a
here and help me write a
joke
note
they
to my
made
girlfriend.
in the actual episode.
Darling one, read my words and hear my heart speak of a love soft and undying. A love that will be with you always. Sincerely, yada, yada, yada.
That's marvelous. How did you think of that so fast?
I sent it to you on your birthday. Excuse me, I have something in my eye.
We don't have to be adversaries, Homer. We both want a fair union contract.
Boy.
Why is Mr. Burns being so nice to me? And if you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Wait a minute. Is he coming on to me? After all, negotiations make strange bedfellows.
Also, barf.
Sorry, Mr. Burns. I don't go in for the
I can't unsee it now.
Sure, I'm
Homer and Burns.
Even a little
Ugh.
curious. But the answer is no.
An investigation of the crime scene has revealed there was quite a struggle. Whoever
Yeah, I don't.
accused Burns
I
as
mean,
having
the
killed
scene after that
overpowered
with Gates
evil
showing up,
man.
it's like, man, I can't do
We're
it, man.
A real wimp here.
That is understandable.
Uh-huh.
Kill it!
I mean-
comedic scenes like this, and then have that face on it. It's like
Coma?
you're trying to do a comedic bit here.
I mean, if anything, they're kind of revealing their political cards. A bit early.
A bit too hard.
I mean, it's a pretty established
Take your best shot.
thing
I'm
that
wearing 17
Burns is skeletal.
I brought this on myself.
I mean, the only thing that would have made this more perfect is if Mark Furman was actually investigating the case.
Or if he showed up here, yes. That's true.
What? What?
But I'm
Like-
looking for suspects that pay
And
big.
for some reason,
I've
we
spent
have
my money over several
Vegas
long shots.
odds.
First, check out members of Springfield.
They,
Oh,
I,
you
thought,
think-
I thought I remember
That's
there
new?
might have been legit betting on
and
this.
drive up the odds.
Yeah, he's literally in a sports book.
I swear that
He's at the
if I
sports
reveal the
book of the
secret to
casino
storm
that is
gutters
now
near
closed
my
called the
stomach
Mirage,
become
which is going to be the
loaded,
Hard Rock
and my
Cafe.
face
If that
black
thing
as
even
all
shows
the
up.
three hairs.
Oh, back when it was still in vogue to make fun of Freemasonry.
Have a few bucks left?
It always is in vogue.
My sources
Yeah,
say
but
that Crusty owes a
knock it
lot
off.
of grain to certain people, and he'd do anything for a quick buck, maybe even murder.
We'll talk about that after the show.
Like this, like this is like still the time when still the great time when betting was just the something they could joke about. It wasn't explosive business.
So now you're thinking, Jimmy, are there any long shots left? Yes, there are, and I've got them. Want a hint?
Why are we watching Mo Green here?
Hold on, there might be a reason. Let me look at this.
Yes, we do.
Then grease me up, woman.
Okie
Whoa.
dokie.
Okay.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Lydia Hanson. When
Oh,
Springfield's
boy.
most wanted asked me to
Psychiatrist.
analyze his case,
To the
I was reluctant at
stars.
first.
Uh,
After all,
Like,
a psychiatrist,
which-
not a police officer.
yeah, he's actually he's like one of the that guy Jimmy Vaccaro was basically one of the biggest names in the sports betting industry. He only retired last month.
Very early in life.
Damn.
And there's one boy in
Think you
Springfield.
He's been
learned.
working the beat for 50 years.
Future ex-con.
They're not wrong. In fact, the
wrong.
Simpsons do that joke.
Yeah, I think that's pretty consistent in future Simpsons things.
Shocking numbers. The kid liked the wettest week in everything.
Do you really think he could be the leader of a murderous criminal syndicate?
Well, not the leader, I mean...
Oh, the late Phil Hartman.
Oh, it's true,
God bless.
it's true. All the pieces fit.
But there's another way to look at this incident. Who would commit a crime like this in a public place where any passerby could hear the shot and identify the assailant? Who would risk
A
immediate
fucking
capture,
moron.
prosecution, and imprisonment?
Or a baby.
I think Mr.
Unfortunately, that
Burns
doesn't
might have
narrow
been
it down
attacked
too much
by
in
someone who
Springfield.
is, as we say, intellectually challenged.
Hold on, I know this actor. I know the actor who's playing this character. Her name is Elizabeth Hayes.
I move for a
What else
bad
did she
court
do?
thingy.
You mean
That's what I'm
on
trying to
this
find
one?
out. Apparently, she's most
That's
well
why
known
you're
for
the judge and
this,
I'm the law talking
at least according to the
If there's one thing I've
The
seen
Simpsons
in my career
wiki.
again and again, it's the
That's
devastation caused by substance
depressing.
abuse. Overindulgence can drive a person to violent behavior.
she was Miss Simpson in Wild Hearts Can't Be Broken in '91,
is Otto.
Huh.
I love to get black.
and she was in the 1999 epic Candyman 3: Day of the Dead.
Sideshow Mel, whacked out on Wowie sauce.
Everyone's always kissing your ass. Well, I'm not afraid.
It sounded like she was riffing on somebody's voice, though. It sounded very familiar, and I couldn't place it.
Good use of blue shirt Bart.
Yeah.
What's it like, Bart? Bart?
Bonnie, don't steal any beer while I'm gone.
What kind of pathetic drunk do you take me for? Somebody spilled beer in this ashtray.
Homer,
Wow.
with your help, you'll never
Sounds about right, though.
Well, it's because he wanted that smoky cask flavor.
Our panel of experts
Yeah.
for their extraordinary insights. With their help, I think we're one step closer.
That
to
was the
justice.
reaction I was going for.
Stay tuned for a special SMW update. Chief Wiggum's intensive investigation.
Gee, you're getting powdered sugar all over my floor.
No, I'm not. I'm
Dustin
dusting
for
for
Prince.
With a donut.
I think Smithers did it. I think he had certain
Kevin Nealon.
burns that weren't quite mutual.
He was available.
Yeah.
What was Kevin Nealon doing in
I
'95?
mean, every girl I ever broke up
SNL.
with was me too.
No,
Yeah,
he was off of
just
SNL.
off. He had just got
I got
off.
scars that prove it too. I
He
got
just got
scars on
off,
my
yeah.
stomach. It looks like a belly bump, but it's not.
Genuinely
Well,
wondering,
it's-
like, what did he do after SNL?
We've learned
You know, he didn't become a star. I know that.
Yeah.
Burns, but the story doesn't end there.
Let's find out.
Any experienced
Weeds.
investigator will
On
tell you that the
Showtime,
good
that was a
cases
big thing
will
for
find hard
them.
evidence.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The broken twig, the fingerprint,
Let me see
anything
what
that will point
else.
towards the guilty party. Tonight, we're fortunate enough to
Yeah,
have
that was
a
his big
special
thing after he
guest
left
who will
SNL.
help uncover the hidden clues and
He's mostly
fascinating
done like
theories
guest stuff
surrounding
since.
this incident. He's head of Springfield's own
But
police
yeah, he was on
department,
Weeds on
Chief Clancy
Showtime from
Wiggum.
2005 to
Chief,
2012.
Could you help us identify the dangerous fugitive.
According to this, he was on SNL from 1986 to 1999.
Well, no, he was from 86 to 95, and he left in 95.
Also, at the time Old Man Burns was found shot.
I'm just telling you what I'm reading here on the Saturday Night Live listing on IMDb.
Yeah, he was he probably appeared on some shows after that, but he was a regular from 86 to 95. Actually had the.
Oh my God.
And here's what we found.
So he was in Happy Gilmore too.
Yeah, he's mostly been like appearing on. Yeah, he's one of the go-tos for the Happy Madison Playhouse.
Wasn't he one of the announcers in the original Happy Gilmore?
During the shooting.
Probably.
I think that's what it was. I mean, he's been working a lot.
Yeah, he was.
And have you ever noticed that Krusty looks just like Homer and
Oh man, the sister swap duology.
But perhaps the most intriguing clue comes from
Sorry, I couldn't help
images
it.
of the number 3. Bart leaves school in the opening credits at 3. Homer returns the package at 3.
He was on the show Man with a Plan.
Shot at 3.
Yeah.
Coincidence? I don't.
Yeah, he's
think so.
basically done like one-offs and guest appearances and stuff like that for the most part, and also appeared on as part of the Happy Gilmore Playhouse.
What? Who shot JR? Is that what this is? That was like 20 years ago. Is that the joke here?
Oh, hold on. I have to use my strong hand.
I'll give you a guess.
Good on you, mate.
And it's not going to be an educated one. The banana splits.
I'll torment this crew with that later.
Oh no!
Does anybody remember? Does anybody remember his Fox show Get a Life?
I was about to say, yeah. And also, as a matter of fact, this was a series regular on Saturday Night Live from 94 to 95 for a year.
A multitude of suspects.
Chris Elliott.
What have we accomplished?
I mean,
what a coincidence! Yeah.
He's not nearly as obnoxious as Andy Dick.
Serious for a moment and tell you about a show that really does work. With your help,
you people
America's
are
Most Wanted has captured over 375 dangerous fugitives.
Insufferable doesn't seem to cover it.
Every Saturday at 9:30, 8:30 Central.
Promote my own show here at the end. Yep.
Now it's the show you've been waiting for all summer long. Finally, the world will know who shot Mr. Burns. So get ready for the season premiere of The Simpsons coming up next. But first, let's take
how much coping and seething happened after
this case. We leave you
after they were done.
Oh my God!
And we're coping and seething. All right, never mind.
Pain. Okay. Yeah. Barbara Streisand.
Yeah, we're gonna not.
Yeah, let's not go all the way there because that's Barbara Streisand.
Yeah. All right.
Oh man.
And yeah, so that was
the thing.
Most Wanted. A very, very strange.
A lead-in. Yeah, that was a lead-in, folks.
Yep.
So should we break this up with any additional commentary about the players that we've seen here before we move on to the next video?
Well, like what season of The Simpsons was that tied to?
95, so that would be season 7.
Yeah,
so
season
still
6
the good era.
Yeah, 7. Yeah. The season premiere was 7. Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been season 6 and 7 because once again that was a 2-parter.
Oh yeah, he made the reference. He said the thing you've been waiting all summer long for.
Mm-hmm.
The season premiere, yeah, because part 2, part 1 of this was the final episode of season 6, which aired in May, and then part 2 was the premiere of season 7, which aired on September 17th, which followed that.
Yep.
And I must remind everybody that The Simpsons originally premiered on the Tracy Ullman Show in 1987.
Yep.
It did. In fact,
certainly did.
That was subject to a lawsuit.
Mm-hmm. Because, Tracy Ullman saw that thing blow up and went, Wait a bloody minute. Do you know who show started that? You know who show? You know whose show they wouldn't even be known?
You don't have to do faux accents.
Well, I mean, I had to, because, you know.
Well, yeah. It is Tracy Ullman we're talking about here.
Right. You know.
Yes.
Yeah, you know how she did. So, but yeah, that was that was a tie-in to both promote America's Most Wanted, which was still going strong by that point, and also to lead into season 7.
Yes. Still a strange crossover, though. Makes more sense than Cops. Like,
I wouldn't say that, honestly, because they were basically going after the same audience, if you think about it. So,
well, yeah, they literally aired one after one another.
they were a tag team. They basically were the first two really solid hits for Fox. If you think about it, that wasn't Married with Children, but yeah.
And of course, competing shows like Unsolved Mysteries.
They rode that wave. They actually started that because Cops came first, technically.
The week that Unsolved Mysteries covered the Black Dahlia murder, they had a crossover with the show Hunter, where they found the fictionalized version of the Black Dahlia killer.
Damn it, NBC! Yeah, because that's where that's the network that aired those two shows, NBC.
Yep. I remember that distinctly. That's what made me fascinated by that entire concept for like 20 minutes. And I didn't yet have the internet, so I got over it really quick.
Yep.
Anyhow, let's move ahead to 2001.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's do the time warp again.
Yeah. So, shifting things back to our favorite educational program, the Computer Chronicles. Been a while. And
Definitely a step to the left and a quick hop to the right.
Yeah. Well, we're taking a look at, one of their last episodes from 2001 and showcasing what wireless technology, wireless computing looked like in that particular year. Hint, there's gonna be a lot of memories flooding back.
Yeah.
Tamagotchi phone.
We already had some PTSD when I was doing the audio check.
Yep.
Alrighty, and we do have the archival card stuff.
Yep.
There's countdown.
Get the popcorn.
And it's gonna end at 2. Like always, yep.
Ah, yes, the sound that is scorched into our souls.
It's why I hate this version of the Zenith.
This week on the Computer Chronicles, the wireless revolution.
Worthy of note.
Merlin wireless modem.
Various incarnations of the Power Rangers had been running for 8 years at this point.
Cell phone. That's what's next. We'll find out about it from a company called Packet Video. Bluetooth.
Shout out to our friend Linkara.
Bluetooth.
Devices.
Oh yeah, PCMCIA.
Version 1.
The antenna.
Sony CMD Z5.
Oh god, yes. Yes.
The Cyberco.
I know I've seen that on Lazy Game Reviews.
Yep.
This episode is called "Shit Apple Put Out of Business."
Online computer migration service from
PC to PC first. I used to use that software to do data transfers from one version of Windows to another for people.
By Upside Events, presenting the digital lifestyle.
This is going to be fun.
Conference.
It came with its own USB bridge.
Intersect.
Oh, they don't have closed caption on this one.
Ooh, the IBM Aptiva.
I'm Stuart
Yeah.
They're moving up.
This year it is certainly
Oh, I'll bet that compact in the background has a Quantum Fireball TX in it. Affectionately
world
known
of
as the
wireless
T-Rex.
communications and wireless computing. So today we're going to show you the latest
And
in
the
wireless
IBM
technology.
probably has a
To start
Death
us
Star.
off
I mean,
is
Death
Tim
Star.
Baharin, president of Creative Strategies, and we can always count on Tim
That
to
was
take
the
us on
nickname we
journey,
gave it.
especially in the wireless field.
Or also
What
known
have
as the Death
what have you
Clank.
brought with you? And let's start out with this guy.
Yeah, the first thing
You
we're
want
going
to talk about
is the
sound
new
scorched in your
BlackBerry
soul.
from Research in Motion. This is the 975. Most people are used to the small BlackBerry device.
Yeah, it's usually a little email device.
Right,
And this
strictly
is
for
more than
email.
that.
Yeah, this is
Oh, man.
PDA in the sense that
Palm
it does
Pilots.
have bigger
No,
screen.
this is
original.
BlackBerry.
What it really
The
does is
OG
Oh, this is BlackBerry, that's right.
The original BlackBerry. Yep, Research in Motion.
So I can
RIM.
do more than just check email. I can go on
They really
Now they're
gave
owned
that
by
tool a
China.
rim job.
Yeah, and specifically things like ABC
They really
News,
gave that a
Voyager,
rim job.
The sports news
Boo.
stuff.
Right.
Airline schedules.
Airline schedules, things of that nature. Now, it doesn't really replace a PDA in the sense it's not a really good
It's
scheduler.
not a PDA.
Right?
It's a wireless information
It's a
device.
wireless information device. And
Sure, Chief.
Got it. And how
Yeah.
reliable is the service? Can you use it anywhere?
This is an amazing tool. Actually, I use this all over the country. And almost anywhere I go, I get a good signal. So it's actually a pretty good
This-
tool for that.
As long as you
Oh.
go in a densely populated area.
Depending on the carrier.
Yep.
Well, also mentioning the Crackberry there.
Uh-huh.
You know, I
I
use
like-
it all the
All right,
time.
let's go to the next.
I always like that guy
here.
staring at me from the cover of the
Oh, boy, what's
Chessmaster
next?
This
cover.
is actually the new Kyocera phone. That
Oh, Lord.
Reminds me of a
You can see when you look at it, but when you
reminds me of a young Peter Capaldi.
it is now a
Kyocera.
It is literally, it looks like the Palm OS in there.
It is the
Fuck, there's
Palm OS.
another.
Now that
I
had-
have not heard
Now
from
that
in a
has
while.
yep. Now that has. I almost went to work for Kyocera.
That I would have.
Yeah, there you go.
I have the screen as if
Yeah.
I would have like any one of the PalmNet.
Yeah, careful of those lights, boys.
Yeah. I'm going to go to American Airlines and check.
Yeah, we need to get the Officio 850 color copiers up in here.
Is acting like the
Computer, right. But what's really
Now this
important
one's a
to note
Palm
about
Pilot
this
because it
actually
has Palm
represents
OS.
what I consider the next holy
Yep.
grail in the sense that most of the companies are looking at trying to create one device.
Bring together
that's a
that cell phone and the
And we learned nothing from Star Trek. It flips down.
This is the first one that I've seen that really does a good job. We had this about a
So
year
it's
ago.
easier.
They're all looking to get devices that mix phone with Palm Pilots and stuff like that.
Let's jump ahead 8 years later.
Only going to get better.
Let's install Palm OS on the Hammer 1.0.
Actually, let's see. What was it?
Yeah, this is the new.
Unfortunately, you bricked your Hammer because of a Surface update.
Metrocom, and it is a wireless modem, but it's one.
Ricochet, I had that shit back in 2001. I had to get really close to the Sweetwater riverbed in order to make it work because I was on the wrong side of the tracks. They rolled this out. They rolled this out in San Diego and Detroit
This
only.
is sort of like the Ricochet modem that we used to have before. It was a little bigger, and now it's
like
a
a brick.
It uses narrowband like Nextel.
All right, let's grab this thing over here if we can, because this is something else that just come out with, which is what the MetroPad, WebPad, the Metro.
Right. This is actually not on the market yet, but this just to give you an idea of where we're going with it. This is the National Semiconductor.
Yeah, too bad it was 8 miles away from my house.
Metro WebPad. This will be on the market later this summer, and basically it is a web surfing tool.
Full WinCE device.
WinCE device, right?
This was the early attempts at using cellular technology to create metropolitan area networks.
Yeah.
So here's your little Merlin you just stuck.
Part of me wishes those would have actually worked.
And now I can basically.
Oh God, my friend Nathan would love this episode.
Yeah, note the guy said that this isn't even out on the market yet, so this might not have been the final version.
Kids, I was working at Computer Renaissance in Chula Vista when all this stuff was fresh and new.
Yeah.
Yep. We actually sold some of this crap.
IBM ThinkPad, but what's the deal with the paper pad?
Oh boy.
Ooh, the precursor to the yoga.
And basically it's a ThinkPad on this side with the screen. And here is a pad of paper that
Before the Koreans bought it.
like this, right? What I write on
Lenovo.
will eventually show up on here. And now
Yeah, oh yeah, that thing.
So you're at a meeting taking notes the old-fashioned way, and you have a record of it inside your computer.
Well, no, because they've
with Wacom technology.
There's like a modern company has made something like that that works with your phone.
And if we fold this whole baby down, close it up. And
Yeah, I actually have a tablet on my desk called the Wacom One that has a USB-C connector. You can use it with your mobile phone, And there's a portable version of Photoshop.
All right, last but not least, this is a nice, simple, elegant solution to the person who wants just wireless.
However, the tablet itself is kind of awkward.
This is the Think Outside portable keyboard.
God, I hated these.
Oh my god.
It's a dock, and you can't type for shit on it, but it's great. It's portable. It's totally portable. Turns it into like an almost not really a computer.
I go to the little word writing pad.
Again, you're still a decade off from the your computer can replace your, you know, life. Your phone can replace your life.
Basically everything I need.
Yeah, they did not quite have that much computing power available handheld yet.
Well, the future of wireless communications is much
I
more
just,
than just smart
you know,
cell phones, wireless modems, and wireless PDAs.
Remember playing Bubbles on my first Windows CE device.
We'll soon be looking at videos on our cell phone screens. And one
Bubble
company
Breaker,
leading
that's
the
what
way
it
with
was.
That technology is called Packet Video.
Everybody asked me, they're like, well, why did you get a Windows CE device? And I said, well, because it has Bubble Breaker.
So what's
Right,
the wireless
but
aspect of this?
Yeah, typically you would take this device and hook it up to a cell phone, or actually
I have several of those devices sitting in a drawer.
we work on
What, the iPad device things?
Within 2 to 3
Yep.
months, we'll actually be seeing this sort of application on.
So that's what
I
the
have one of
next,
those.
next episode is going to be filmed on. Got it.
I'll be using it for background graphics.
And it's like, what, 2 pixels?
Actually, the iPad that I have is from 2007, so it's a pretty spiffy model.
Text only.
Yeah.
It plays Bubble Breaker at like twice the size of the OG.
Oh.
In color.
And first of all, let's not forget entertainment.
It's 234 by 438 resolution. There you go. Look at that. Windows Media Player.
Impressive at the time.
Oh yeah, this is very impressive for a 2000.
Britney Spears!
This is
on your handheld device.
Yeah. It's worth noting that this is 4 years before YouTube was invented.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was peak real player era.
And to really link it all together, it was streamed using Ricochet.
So instead of looking at traffic in the morning, you can hop.
Yeah, they used a 900 megahertz system for that.
Understand which way we should.
That's why it flew over like a lead balloon, because
that stream right there is the cleanest fucking stream I've ever seen from this year.
Checking on my kids as I'm traveling.
Like I remember streaming shit from this period. Trust me, it was not that clean.
Like online interactive gaming, can you do that kind of stuff?
I mean the audio was right though with that music from earlier. The audio was choppy as hell. So
I think I have that exact model in the desk drawer.
I think Clint from LGR has that exact model.
That was the fancy one. They're bringing out the no joke big guns on this episode.
Oh, this is terrible.
Also,
kids will never get any work done anymore.
I don't know if we'll talk about it tonight, but a show which doesn't seem to be able to get on the air. That later.
Just film
it.
it.
A lot of times you're on your way to go see a movie, but you're not really sure of what you want to see. The statistics tell us that really about 95% of the movies you go see decide about an hour before you go. So the ability to see a trailer and then decide.
Yeah, being able to watch movie trailers is...
What movie should we see? Hey, let's check it out.
Yeah.
You could put at least 5 or 6 MP3s on this thing.
And we've actually
look at how choppy that is.
Once again, it's 2001.
Still the best we could do at the time on that scale.
Yeah.
It's like, let's go to another example. Now.
Oh, that movie had the late Kelly Preston in it.
The nice thing about the news is that it doesn't. This particular one is traffic, but it could be all kinds of news. It could be pushed to you. For instance, you could request
yes, push notification news.
An election or the results of the stock exchange.
This really is the merger of TV and the web, and it becomes wireless.
It becomes wireless.
All right, last thing I want to ask you to show is people have made
trying to will in the smartphone 6 years before it happens,
and make all of these people extinct.
You can actually do live video phone messages here, and that really is a practical.
Do people do dumb things with their smartphone?
I'll turn that one around.
And here, you
Well,
can
like,
actually attach another
and your
file
point of
system. It could be
smartphones,
self-generated
smartphones
like this, or
existed.
you
They
can
were
attach
just
the
for
canned video, say
nerds.
to my kids, I say,
Right,
I
mean,
know.
yeah, part of the
Consumer
introduction of the
smartphone revolution didn't start
Or,
for
hey,
6
here's
years.
the
I mean,
product we
what
just
we're
looked
looking
at
at here is the
Thank you.
primordial of all
It's a
that.
great training
Yeah.
device. What is
Yep.
the trick here?
iPhone came out in 2007.
Normally
Yeah.
2007, yeah, and Steve Jobs, when in the presentation, talked about what the market was like at that time, and it's like, yeah, we're going to introduce something that's going to make all of these things extinct.
the carrier network or outside the carrier
And they did.
We have an
And they
offset
did,
that allows
yes.
you to take applications and content.
This is MPEG-4.
This is all MPEG-4, and then encode
Oh, man.
it into our format, and then together from
MPEG-4.
solution, you get the.
How real is this stuff now? I mean, when can I actually use this?
This is happening today. We have a site called pvairguide.com. That's video on.
I mean, we still use MP4 format to this day.
Yeah.
And look at it through
I just think it's funny that it's been around for so
We'll
long.
show you Bluetooth technology in action. Don't go away.
Speaking
Oh,
of been
man,
around
Bluetooth.
for an age.
The hottest thing in wireless connectivity these days is a technology called Bluetooth and a new emerging wireless standard called Wi-Fi.
I'm looking up the iPhone 1 on my iPhone 8 Plus.
Technologies is Paul Fulton of 3Com. Welcome, Paul.
Let's do
Let's talk about
3Com.
Bluetooth, first of all, Gus. We've been hearing
Are
about
they up to
Bluetooth
like the
for
iPhone 17?
real applications out there.
think
Yeah,
Explain first of all.
yeah,
what it
they
is.
announced the 17. It's technically still the 16 at the moment.
Connection technology that we have
Yep.
to connect devices together.
17 air looks like you break it between my
PDA,
fingers.
cell phones, laptops,
God,
everything that-
3
The
com.
iPhone 17 launches on Friday.
All right, so the idea
There
is,
you
for
go,
instance, we
yep.
have two laptops over here. I want to move a file from one laptop to the other. Normally,
There's your plug, Apple. Where's my fucking check? I got tires to put on my car.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can you show us an example?
But you really want to check from a
small,
company that's
laptop
got an
here
absolutely
with a,
awful looking iOS.
Oh God, I had one of those Sony VAO computers, and it is not. It is not pronounced VAIO. It is pronounced VAO. That is direct from the Sony rep.
Also, yeah,
So you're gonna dump
I
the file
remember
from
that
here to
card.
there now.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that card.
God, the fucking they went all
Oh,
in on
boy.
this one. Just
Holy
the
shit.
background.
3Com.
3Com,
Hey.
a company that ceased to exist 15 years ago and is now simply part of the Hewlett-Packard
The
machine.
guy at this end says, "Yes, I'm willing to accept what you're sending me."
Exactly. That way you have some control over
Sure.
what you get.
Didn't they originally get bought by Cisco Systems?
They bounced around a while.
We have
Yeah.
the progress bar. Again, this is using real Bluetooth technology.
And pop over here.
There we
and
go.
There's our file.
And we can pull it up
Ta-da.
and transfer it over.
That is
Okay,
impressive
I could've
compared to
done
what
this
we
with
had
an
to do
IR
back in the
printer.
day. Hell,
That's a
some
different-
people still have to do for larger files.
Wow, their relationship with Hewlett Packard lasted a whopping year.
Technology for some applications. But Bluetooth has been designed to do all sorts of applications higher than just a physical layer. It goes all the way up to applications. We can send business cards back and
Like
forth.
Bluetooth
We can
one
cell phones,
basically
PDAs.
What is
killed the
distance
need
over
for
which Bluetooth will typically
floppies.
work?
So Bluetooth is about a 10-meter technology.
Okay.
So Hewlett-Packard was
Range, low
bought
cost.
3Com in 2009,
Absolutely.
All right, let's
and
go to Wi-Fi next.
3Com went
Move this
went
down.
to
Yeah, plug in,
Hewlett-Packard
but I was-
Enterprise
Right,
when
it is. This
We're-
great
the
demo.
company split in
Nobody thinks
two.
we're cheating on this. And bring out that NEC
So-
laptop, and that relates to this thing over here. And what's the deal here? Now, this is
They seem to be
Wi-Fi.
bouncing around more than Chrysler.
What is Wi-Fi?
Jesus, they got the same wallpaper for all of that. Come on.
Bluetooth. It's what we call
Well, that's because they got to make sure that 3Com keeps paying the bills.
connections.
Yep.
True. They just changed the CEO, so I guess, yeah.
Is the business
You know, I have the 3C905C
Now, for a year now, that
in my Dell Dimension 4100 that's in the closet running my Neo Geo
I have
emulators.
a little sort of wireless server kind of thingy like this, and then I can walk around wirelessly with my laptop and access the network.
Sure,
Their
Wi-Fi
their
allows
100
more
megabit
productive
TX
market
cards were
approach. You can
by
have
far one of the best
businesses and
10100 network cards on the market for
Now,
the
is this
longest
real? Can you
time.
show me actually
I
And their
will
digital
say-
signal
So,
processor was
no wires,
quite
no
something.
wires.
I will say the
And, we
concept
have
of a
card right here
Wi-Fi
again.
or a
Pull
laptop
a
computer
website that says
pre-Wi-Fi
this
is
is a Wi-Fi
wild to me.
but essentially anything
They're
that has
talking
a
about
Wi-Fi
Wi-Fi right
and-
now.
I
mean,
know,
they
but
had
just
they
there
had
was
they had
All right, now
disk
what about
drives.
doing the
well,
same kind of thing in the
yeah.
home environment?
laptops before
nice thing
this
about
didn't
Wi-Fi is
have
it's becoming
Wi-Fi.
predominant wireless technology
Right.
in enterprise and education.
That's kind of what I was
Now
getting at. The
we're seeing
concept of
Wi-Fi
that
being
was
installed in the
wild.
home.
So this is
Yeah, I
sort of
guess
the
using
home
the internet
version
is the
of
main
this
thing they
little white guy
use
you
an
showed
laptop
before.
for these days,
Absolutely.
but
This
back
is
then
a
it was
home
just
wireless
like
gateway that you
word
can hook up to your
processing shit.
broadband.
Yeah.
In 2001, we had
There's a 2001 vintage Wi-Fi router.
And you have 3 switch ports you can hook up to a computer that's next
in
to it.
2001
This device
we
is
had
mounted
Cox
as an Ellis
cable
antenna.
giving
It's
us
very simple to use.
1.5
In fact, in most
megabits,
applications, you just simply plug it in and it works.
Same idea at home. I can be walking around with my laptop.
which was
searching,
just blowing the
Absolutely.
fucking
In fact,
doors off
it's
of
similar to the
56K.
phone technology we had. Like
Meanwhile, I'm
15
sitting
years
here
ago.
with a
You could,
symmetrical
take a
1
phone home,
gigabit
walk
line.
anywhere. Well, now with wireless data, you can work on the patio, you can work by the pool, you can work on the couch. You can be home instead of at work and get.
Well, technically, fiber is
What is that
980
gadget you have
megabits.
over there? That's
So-
a pad thing.
So Wi-Fi is also being utilized not just in consumer space and business
It's
space.
the
but
fact
we're
that it's
seeing
the
it
same speed up
in,
and down.
Yeah.
Public access.
That's
areas.
what makes the
So
difference.
This is
Let's
the
turn that up so we can get a good shot of that.
sure. This is the 3Com Park or the San Francisco 49ers.
So what do I do with this?
So there's a wireless network that's set up there, a 3Com wireless network that allows you to pull up this
Oh, man.
website or others to order drinks.
You know, in 2001, the most visited website on the internet was still diamondmultimedia.com.
Now it's not just at
Or diamondmm.com.
applications being put into airports and trains and so forth.
Real quick, I just want to take. Can I pop this guy out here so we can see what? So this is your Bluetooth card, huh?
Sure, this is our Bluetooth.
And they were
card.
acquired by STB Systems, and well, we all know what happened to that.
Should I start singing funeral dirge or?
Sure, the antenna pops up and it
That's
flips
it.
up. That's
Okay,
it.
just stick it in
Simple
the
to use.
All right, thank you very much, Paul.
More like da 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 da. Anyway,
New wireless gadgets. We're going to end with the same way.
'Cause it was a clown show.
Pocket-sized wonders, and here to help us out doing that is Mike Elgin, former editor of Windows Magazine and former editorial director of Portable Life, a guy who's into.
you know, I think I had that purple
And you've got
case.
great gadgets here, and first of all,
For a second, I thought that was an Indigo.
The Visor is a wonderful device. It essentially is a cell phone.
I mean, it wouldn't
that you
shock
plug
me if
into
they
your
fucking had
visor,
an
and you
Indigo
use
just
the
sitting
microphone
there.
and intelligence inside the visor to
Well, it does have
make
alien
sure
DNA.
you take this off.
So that slot they've been telling us we'd
You're going to have to think about that cross-reference.
They are here. And you plug it in. And
I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint.
Right
Indigo
up like that.
children.
You wanna hold
No
that for me.
software or anything.
That's right.
Okay.
And so one of the
Kids with
great things about
ADHD don't have
mobile
ADHD,
phones
have a
is
disorder
the
at all.
ability
They just have
to-
alien DNA.
I'm going to bring up your name here.
So you don't need a.
Oh, is that what it is?
Carry around your PDA.
Quick,
player,
everyone
cell
call
phone,
Stuart.
2 different databases of numbers. You
Oh,
can dial
boy.
the call right from your palm address bar.
That's correct. Once you have
That's when
phone
that's when the
number,
mind
you
springs
can
were
phone numbers
ripped
and
for her
everything is
pleasure.
for you. I'm
Oh,
gonna click
Jesus.
on the phone and just dial the call. And
Trojan
the sound is
bomb.
you know, it's not as good as your regular cell phones.
Right.
I'm a Durex man myself.
Email, web surfing, all that stuff goes directly
Get
from the
here.
PDA. You can also put in a headset and use your device. And you look at it. There's your
It's after dark. What do you
That's right.
expect?
Go ahead and cancel that.
Okay, I'll turn that video off.
It's after 5 o'clock somewhere.
Very easy
And
to
as we
use.
saw,
And you know what happens after 5 o'clock? That's when we get blue.
Cell phone into one device, carry one thing, not two.
That's correct.
All right,
I
what else
didn't
do we
say
have here? Now, you
blown.
got a very cool Sony phone. What's that?
Well, now you did.
This is a Sony
Yeah, well.
Take a shot.
CV5 available.
I knew where Betty Pan was going with that.
Well, it runs the Microsoft Mobile Explorer browser. Now, I have to say that this is going to be available in the U.S. within a few months. I don't know when, but probably this summer.
So real full-blown browser.
Oh man, that phone was made by Sony for Ericsson Wireless.
That's
Yeah.
correct. We can go to the computer.
Meanwhile,
console,
fucking
anywhere,
talking about web
surf the real web.
browsers.
It's a fantastic phone. It uses POP3 email and even Exchange email. It has a built-in answering
Is
machine.
GSM?
That's correct. It's a
Okay.
GSM phone. Has a built-in answering machine. You can actually have different.
Remember when
Wasn't
it mattered?
Ericsson?
Anyone who calls? That's
Go
what
ahead.
I've always wanted.
That's
right?
right.
The
I was gonna
business
say,
phone.
remember when it mattered? It went
Exactly right.
GSM and
As you
shit.
can see, this is a fantastic.
Oh my God!
Very popular. It has a big cult following in Europe.
All those 700 megahertz networks, so that way you could walkie-talkie to
That's right.
Mexico.
Also, I have to point out this jog dial.
Oh, that's the famous Sony jog. That's really easy to
right.
navigate.
That's right.
Pretty cool.
Fantastic phone.
All right, now show us the headset.
Which was part of the reason T-Mobile acquired Sprint, so they could dismantle the entire Nextel network.
Yep.
Strings
As someone who is a fan of NASCAR, at around the time when the Nextel Cup Series became the Sprint Cup Series. I know how that worked.
But you've got this able to worry about.
It's a nuisance.
Meanwhile,
we're
my
talking
mom
about
used to
magic
work
of
for
Bluetooth.
Nextel.
This
This was long before the merger, but
I'm going to put that on.
Uh-huh.
So do you want us to activate your service on that Boost mobile phone?
So like Paul said, here's a replacement that replaces the
No, I'm just going to use it as a walkie-talkie. Free calls to Mexico.
Okay, they had these things in 2001. How did we get the Borg implants in like the mid-aughts?
Cell phones are. This gives you a lot of distance, up to 30 feet.
Well, don't worry. Those also cause deafness and cancer.
The Bluetooth signal is totally safe.
Baby little signal.
That's right.
And it looks very cool.
Bluetooth is totally safe.
My face enormously.
Yeah, I was about to say, the thing they're not extolling here, the unsecurability of Bluetooth.
Yeah, no fucking shit.
And as and I would like to
here's the star of the show.
and I would like to reiterate the deafness and cancer.
Yeah. By the way, take a look at that. That right there, that is being catered to the youth at the time.
Yeah.
And compared to what people used to cater to the youth today.
Oh my god.
Meanwhile, those things would be fun to make somebody's garage door open. Wink.
You know, again, I was in the industry at this time, and I have never seen one of these in the flesh.
We can go ahead and play this game. Now,
Once again, I just know these things from LGR.
They're fairly cheap online. At least they were.
Yeah.
And we'll go ahead and start the game.
I'd rather take this than any minimalist shit that we get today.
That's right.
Oh my god.
I'm not sure if I would take this design in particular. This. I don't know.
Something like it. Like, at least it's, loud and explosive instead of, what they think youth like today, which is dull. And that's not the case.
Oh my god, playing darts with I can't even. I can't.
No, not with that screen, with that no.
Download games. Now, there's an interesting wireless element to that. You can take one.
But you never gamed on a Game Boy?
Application, which makes this the server.
Same principle.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Not like that. I was playing Tetris, a real game.
A man's game.
Of course, by this time we were all with the Game Boy Advance, which was in color.
May I remind you, comrades, that in Soviet Russia, Game Boy plays you.
This is a computer game I've been waiting for 15 years. Way back in the mid-'80s,
oh boy.
a great game for the Apple II called Robot Wars. You program these little robots and then put them into a battle ring, and they would compete against
boy.
survival. Of course, since then, Robot Wars has become a TV show.
Mixing Destruction Derby and RC cars.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a citation on that lineage here. I don't think the Robot Wars game has anything to do with the TV series, much less BattleBots.
This is not like other BattleBot games in which you simply build war machines and then navigate.
Also, I have never heard of this game, Mind Rover.
Developed on the Amiga Toaster.
Oh, Lord.
I mean, for 2001, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah? For 2001, yeah. Let's be fair.
They're probably running this on a Voodoo, but...
I have seen this before. I just never played it.
It's called Mind
Now, by 2001, 3DFX was basically dead.
Yep.
The Voodoo 6 had basically killed them in production.
I thought they didn't die until 2003.
They were effectively dead in 2001.
Yeah. It's stunning how quickly Voodoo rose and fell.
Yeah.
Yeah. 96 to 2001. And then 2002, NVIDIA started talking about acquiring them, largely because they wanted the chip fabricating facilities at STB.
Also physics.
Physics. And that was actually NEC Technologies. But because 3DFX was built off of Glide.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say that's probably the only way they were getting the physics license is by co-opting taking 3DFXs.
And there's the credits.
Yep.
So, yeah, that was a lot of flooded memories.
Yeah. I remember wanting a Cyberco back when I was a child.
And no, I'm sorry to keep correcting you on this one. NVIDIA acquired Aegea in 2008, adapting the PhysX technology to run on its CUDA-enabled GeForce GPUs. PhysX was a competitor to 3DFX. I used to have one of their add-on boards. I couldn't figure out how to use it.
Yeah, and now they're just kind of just slapped in the cards.
I just couldn't remember the name of the parent company that made PhysX. The chip was made by NEC Technologies. You're stepping in my wheelhouse, brah!
Don't make me strip my shirt off, bro.
This was contemporary for me back in the day.
So was the power your computer with a water wheel.
Yeah, well, look, you had to have some backup in case the hamster died. And it usually did because of CPU overheating after the DX. That and the AMD 5x86. Anyway.
Before somebody starts shouting, "Nerd!"
Yeah. Well, first you have to roll up in a station wagon. Da, 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 da.
All right, so
I guess we have some big entertainment news to discuss.
Yeah.
That's one way of putting it.
Putting it, yeah, that's putting it softly.
Very, very, very hot off the press.
Explosive.
Well, no, I don't think the ink is dry on the paper yet, so...
It's
now that we've thoroughly vague booked this, let's say what it really is.
So, who wants to intro it up? Who wants to tip it off?
Jimmy Kimmel got taken off the air for obliquely referring to
current
political situations in a non-appropriately deferential way.
Actually, no. Let's break this down here. This whole thing. Apparently, on last night's show, which was the first for everybody after the primetime Emmys, by the way, Jimmy Kimmel apparently talked about not Charlie Kirk, but his murderer. And he made a quip about the fact that people were talking about him as if he wasn't one of them, and how that was a low point. That was it. He wasn't joking about Charlie. He wasn't dancing on his grave. He, by the way, made an Instagram note that's basically saying, "For once, can we just mourn the death of a man?" After his death. So he has never at all, at any point in time, celebrated his death, and he was not talking about Charlie Kirk himself at all in that
So
quip.
the right's mad that he's not trying to portray the dude who assassinated Kirk as
What happened was Donald Trump took it personally and made a fuss about it.
No.
I'm reading that right now.
What actually happened? Let me see exactly why we got here. There's a specific reasons for this, okay? Firstly, it began when Brandon Carr... This is not about Trump. This is about his pit bull at the FCC, Mr. Brendan Carr. Okay. That's where this all started, okay? Because he went on a podcast, because of fucking course, a right-wing podcast. I don't want to say his name because I don't want to give him publicity because, last thing they need. Yeah, well, it's one of them. One of the many.
Yes.
He went on fuck that guy's podcast and...
Yeah, and basically went out and once again was loud about licenses and stuff and saying, basically say to the effect, you can do this either the easy way or the hard way. Again, this was in response to the comments about the shooter, the murderer, not Charlie Kirk, the murderer. Right?
Right.
So, Carr's comments were put out there. Then, Nexstar, which is the owner of ABC stations in about 30 markets in America, and Sinclair, if that name rings a bell, yes, it's that Sinclair.
Fuck Sinclair.
Both came out. Yes. Both came out and said that they were going to take Jimmy Kimmel off of their network, off of their stations, preempt him with something else. Sinclair specifically said they were going to preempt him Friday for a Charlie Kirk special. And you know exactly how that's going to be.
But what also precipitated Carr's appearance and statement was Donald Trump during the morning briefing said that Jimmy Kimmel and other late night hosts such as Fallon, who have worse ratings than Colbert, are next. He actively said that. There's video of it. I just watched it.
Okay, that was today. I do know that he did a True Social post about that, basically bragging about it tonight.
So
I just know he didn't do this morning.
The media has been tying it back, saying that Carr's statement was because Donald Trump basically ordered him to intimidate ABC.
Okay,
because the First Amendment.
Right, because I know for a fact that he's like in London right now. I don't think he's come back from London yet, so I didn't know he did that this morning. I do know about the True Social post where he basically bragged about it, and then also said Jimmy and Seth Meyers.
Yeah, I don't know where he was, but he was on the podium saying that Jimmy Kimmel. He says I hope he says Jimmy Kimmel and also specifically named Fallon, and he cited the fact that because they were talking about Stephen Colbert and Trump he says, well, Fallon and Kimmel, they're not funny, and their ratings, by the way, are much worse than Colbert's, but they're next. They're next.
I mean, I know for a fact that he's been talking about this for a couple of months now, and he basically said that, like, pretty much bragged about that kind of stuff after Colbert got his 6-month notice. And I also know about that Truth post. I just didn't know he did it on camera this morning because I know he's in London. That's all I put it back on.
The media was interrogating him about it, and they asked these questions no matter where he is.
Right.
And so there's video of him saying this because they were asking specifically about this.
Right. I just didn't know about that part of it. I didn't know that he did that this morning, but not that I say that I would not be surprised if that was part of this whole line here. And I'm not saying that that's not the problem. I just didn't see that. I just know about.
Well, he might have said this. I think he might have actually said this a couple of days ago. I'm just seeing the videos today. But he might have said that a couple of days ago, and then Carr goes on the podcast after the statement was made on the show, and then so you connect the dots here. It's like it had to be Donald Trump saying, "Put the squeeze on them. This is our opportunity."
No, I mean maybe, but I mean. I don't know that for sure. All I know is that Carr's
being made.
No, I mean, I don't know if Trump and Carr talked today, but I'm pretty sure that they've talked about it over the course of the last couple of months because he's been on this for months.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that Trump has no role in this because he obviously fucking does, but I don't know if he has a role specifically today. I mean, we'll probably find out eventually that was indeed the case, but all I know is the Carr appearance on the podcast, and then Nexstar and Sinclair's, announcement that they were taking Kimmel off the air again for a tame joke that was not about Charlie Kirk at all whatsoever. The combination of all those three things, along with Brendan Carr once again threatening licenses and everything else, apparently pushed Bob Iger and Dana Walden to call an emergency meeting of the network at around the same time that Jimmy Kimmel was preparing to do his show tonight. Apparently, there were audiences already gathering for the taping for tonight's show, by the way. And reporting is suggesting tonight that Jimmy Kimmel already had a script in hand ready to explain the joke, not to apologize for it, by the way, but to basically note that it was taken out of context, that he wasn't celebrating anything, yada, 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 yada. And apparently the decision was made by Bob Iger and Dana Walden that they were scared to have Jimmy Kimmel on the air, and so they decided to yank the show, I guess maybe 30 minutes to an hour before they were starting to before they had to start taping.
So the sequence of events that I'm seeing here now, I'm just doing a quick fact check to make sure that we're putting the right information out there. So Brandon Carr, as you said, made the threat.
Right.
But a few days ago, Trump had said Kimmel and Fallon are next, and then
I think that was that actually goes back to the night that the day was announced that Colbert was getting fired, and then he went on Truth Social and said, "Hey, I hear that Jimmy Kimmel is next," and then tonight, in his Truth Social post, he was talking about Fallon and Myers, but I guess he probably talked about it on camera a couple days ago, maybe.
So
maybe
what
this
happened
morning,
was,
I don't know.
So what happened was, to put it in tennis terms, he made an unforced error on the show, and gave them ammunition, however thin. It was sufficient ammunition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
abysmally thin.
Well, the thing about it is that he did the thing last night. Carr goes on that podcast this morning, and then this afternoon, you have that next. It's not. I mean, Sinclair is a side piece, honestly. The main focus here is on Nexstar. And the reason for that is because they have a vested interest in pleasing Brendan Carr. Do you want to know why? Because Nexstar is put up a I think it's either 6, 8, or $9 billion offer to buy stations from Tegna, the artist formerly known as Gannett.
Okay.
And so they have a vested interest in pleasing Brendan Carr, who's doing this attack dog stuff. So they come out with this statement saying that they're pulling him off the air. And it was seconds later, or about a minute or so later, that ABC comes out and says, yeah, we're pulling him off completely. Sinclair came a little bit later after those two, but it was mostly Nexstar that came out and forced the issue.
I would like to remind everybody that Bob Iger is also a registered Republican.
Well, yeah. Let's kindly note that. Let's note that, please.
Yeah, and I'm just saying that and letting it be as a pure fact. I'm not, I'm not drawing any conclusions from it. I'm just reminding everybody.
Honestly, though, when it comes to this situation, you have two of your biggest affiliate groups out here, and you have a choice to make here. Okay, you can either stand up for your talent, who is still a good ratings driver for your network. I mean, say what, Trump can say all the shit that he wants about the ratings. Kimmel's ratings are still very good for that network, especially at that time of fucking night. You have a choice to make. And you know for a fact also that his contract is up next year. And, he's been a loyal company man Kimmel has for like 20 years.
Right.
Well, maybe 15, 20 years or so since he first started over there. Like, he's been nothing but loyal, nothing but quiet. Like, he's never had really big drama for that network at all in his career. And you have a choice to make. You can either support him against this bullshit, and it's complete and total bullshit. Let's be 100% clear about that. He wasn't joking about Charlie Kirk. He wasn't celebrating the killer. He wasn't doing anything of that nature. He was basically saying that this shooter is possibly right-wing. We don't know his actual politics 100% yet, because even in the freaking charges they put out, there's a lot of questions.
Well, and the other...
But putting that aside, you can either support him with this bullshit, or you could sell him out. And
here's the other thing.
Next start putting it out, Bob Iger and Dana Walden, the head of ABC Entertainment, who also should be talked about here, not just Bob, but her too, they sold Jimmy Kimmel out.
Which is amazing, considering when you think about how Bill Maher, of all people, on Real Time with Bill Maher, actually fact-checked Ben Shapiro on the nature of the killer live on air. Yeah, and didn't get sanctioned for that.
Right. So
this milquetoast little reference should not have garnered any attention whatsoever.
Right. It was I mean, and like the video of what he said that's caused all of this is out there. It is not at all anything worth getting pissed off about. It's certainly not a suspendable offense.
The right's acting like he's telling the people to rise up and just start killing people, and no.
Right. No, what they thought was that they were pissed about the concept that this shooter might have any right-wing political beliefs. Like,
and
meanwhile,
spoilers, what we're finding
about.
out now is
We don't know. We can't say one way or the other about this guy's politics. That's the thing, though. So, but they're pissed about the concept. They're pissed about hypotheticals, concepts, and a joke that plays off of those hypotheticals and concepts. And it's not at all. It's maddening. It's stupid.
I get it. So the media's response. So the media's response to all of this is they are lining up left and right behind Jimmy Kimmel, referring to this as censoring you in real time.
It literally is.
So this is why people are drawing the connection to Donald Trump having marching orders for Brandon Carr to basically sit on the edge of his seat, waiting for these guys to slip up in some way they can use.
That's not a new one. That really goes back to the day he got appointed.
Somebody mentioned it to Trump while he was in London, and he does a little fist pump in the air, basically saying this is the way, and it's like,
yeah. I mean, I don't think he played any real role in this. I think this was just a Brendan Carr, Next Star, and Sinclair production here. But Trump certainly liked it. He's true socialed in London, so he loves it.
Hayes from MSNBC says chilling. He's the one who coined that statement.
I mean, I'm really looking forward to Colbert tomorrow night because
what are they gonna do? Fire him?
Yeah, this happened right after his show stopped taping for the night. So, and for everybody else, honestly. So tomorrow, everybody's going to be talking about this.
Oh yeah,
and it's really going to be a case of because and what everybody's probably now waiting for is when Jimmy Kimmel comes back on the air. Because despite what Trump said tonight and said that he was fired, he's not been fired. He's only been put on the couch.
The musicians union is bringing suit. The musicians union
have they filed a lawsuit? Because I know they've made a statement tonight.
They made a statement that sounded very much like they're going to file. Because
every union involved in this. Because here's the thing: when we talk about these late night shows, the reason why Jimmy Kimmel's going to be coming back on the air, why he's not getting fired for this, is because it's not just him doing the show.
Right. Exactly.
It's him. It's his band. It's the people who put that set together. It's the people who put that show on the air. Top to bottom, front to back, like 200, 300 people put that show on the air every night. And Jimmy is not going to leave them hanging because late night hosts are very, very protective and very defensive and very protective of their crews. And I'm pretty damn sure that Jimmy Kimmel knows more than anybody else just how important those people are to him. And he's going to make sure that they're not left in the lurch for way too damn long. But I also know this. Jimmy Kimmel is not going to shut up about this, I don't think.
No.
I don't think, considering because this literally all happened 30 minutes to an hour, I think, before he did his nightly taping.
Yeah, the only way they're going to get Jimmy quiet on this is they actually send him to a fucking gulag.
Yeah. Like, he's gonna have to say something about this, and it's going to be a case of, at this point, does he just go off and then leave early this year, or does he just say, I'm just going to go like Colbert and I'm not going to renew my contract? Because that's the thing about this. His contract is up next year, and he's like every single time his contracts come up, he's always been quiet. He's always been, I'm going to keep this in the background. I don't want to make this, make hay out of this. That's the thing about Jim. That's the thing about this whole thing. He's never been a drama man. He's never been someone that likes drama, causes drama for him, the network, etc.
I mean, for God's sakes, he used to co-host Win Ben Stein's Money. For God,
fuck that. The Man Show.
The Man Show. Yes.
Forget Win Ben Stein's Money. The man who was at the center of this was the co-host of the show that basically catered to the Woodstock 99 generation more than any other. Right? For a couple years. And when he left in 2002 to take over the ABC late night show from a certain Bill Maher, who also got thrown off for kind of bullshit reasons, kind of, sort of. But compared to that to this, Bill Maher's was more intense than this, by the way. Let's note that.
Yeah.
But yeah, when he left, do you want to know who replaced him? Joe Rogan.
Oh.
Yeah. Joe Rogan and Doug Stanhope hosted the last 2 years of the Man Show from 2002 to 2004.
I just got to say that this
Fucking
type
ironic
of thing.
shit.
You know, I'm gonna echo the sentiment of these on-air pundits when I say that, you know, once is an isolated incident. Twice could be coincidence. If this happens a third time, it's a pattern.
I don't think it'll happen a third
I want to
time.
see them try and replace Jimmy with some right-wing chud and watch the ratings just curator.
I don't think it's gonna happen to Fallon or Myers. I don't. Fallon. Firstly, Fallon. He doesn't have the stones to do this shit. He doesn't have the stones. He is not a guy that wants to go any harder. He's soft. He's cuddly. He's the guy who rubbed Trump's hair, for Christ's sake. Like, he does not have the balls to blow up his spot. Okay, he doesn't.
Well, no, if they throw him out for whatever reason.
Seth Meyers, on the other hand, is much more edgy.
Yeah, on the other hand, he's at 12:30. Nobody gives a fuck about him. They could just let him freaking ride out the storm. I don't think anybody really gives a fuck. Really?
I'd be curious.
An excuse.
That's where you're wrong. Trump has already said he's going to go after Fallon and Myers.
Well, yeah, he says that. But they're going to need to have
Trump
an
also
excuse
said
for
he's
that.
going to lower taxes and bring down the cost of everything, and look how that works.
See, the problem is they need a spark. They need a reason.
They need their Reichstag fire. They need their Reichstag fire.
They need a reason, whatever the fake it is. I don't think they're going to get it out of Fallon. Maybe they get it out of Myers. I don't know. I don't think they're going to get it out of Fallon. Fallon is not the kind of guy that does political shtick of the type that will get him in trouble with them for even the most loosely of reasons. Now, maybe that changes after the night. Because now he's in a spot, right? He's now in a spot. Because he can either just, keep doing his safe shtick, but then everybody's gonna know that you got Colbert over there, you got Kimmel over here, and you're left. And you're not doing anything, and you're not saying anything about it. You're not, willing to risk yourself for it. It makes you look like a pussy.
So Trump's exact statement were two total losers. After Kimmel, Trump targets Jimmy Fallon and Seth Meyers. That's 2 hours from NDTV.
Right. Yeah, right. Right. He said that in a Truth Post tonight. Yeah. He wants them to go next, but they need to have something to do it. Like
Jimmy Fallon teases Trump's UK trip. So he's definitely saying stuff that will piss off Trump.
No, that's not going to be the thing. It's going to have to be something involving Kirk.
Yeah.
That's how they got Kimmel here. They shouldn't have, but yeah. If it's about the UK trip, yeah, whatever. It's got to be about Kirk because it has to animate more than just him. It has to animate the right-wing people.
It does. Trump zero talent. Trump cheers Jimmy Kimmel's ABC acts. Now wants NBC to do the same with Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, well, they need to have. Yeah. But what I'm telling you is that they need to have something, and not simple basic Trump shit. It needs to be something like joking about Kirk's killer or something about Kirk. That's what this is about. This isn't about Trump. This is about Kirk. That's what this whole thing over the last couple of days has been about. Like, Fallon needs to say something about Kirk. Myers is more likely to do that. I will give you that. I don't think Fallon is going to get bit. I just don't. Like, maybe that changes, and maybe whatever. But another thing to keep in mind here, when it comes again with the Kimmel situation, it's not just about ABC. It's also about Nexstar.
Fallon's Twitter has been quiet for 2 days now.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. No, he doesn't have to say anything about Charlie Kirk. All he has to say is all he has to do is complain about any of the TV hosts that have been fired being fired.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing here,
or
isn't it?
something else, as the window of rhetoric keeps moving closer and closer
Well,
to saying anything
yeah.
other than what the regime wants you to say is something that
Right.
they'll want you to be
This
in
is
trouble
this
for.
is this is what I'm getting at. The Overton window is shifting.
Right.
And so so now that this has happened twice, it's not a matter of if a third is going to fall. It's a matter of who and when.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
maybe it's Jon Stewart. Maybe it's
although really that wouldn't be much, honestly, because again, his contract's up to the end of the year, so basically he could just run out the clock and go bye-bye, and really that's nothing. Like he was only basically there to be temporary anyway for the election. He just decided to stay another year. Like he could easily decide, I don't want to do this anymore, and that's it. That wouldn't necessarily be a third. And you notice that Jon Stewart was not a part of that Trump stuff. So Jon Stewart would not be the third. It's either going to be Fallon or Myers, or Fallon and Myers. And I don't see, unless Comcast has a business move of real importance that would require the FCC to talk about it. Maybe that's there for something. I don't know. Probably not. But, like, if an affiliate group decides to go after Fallon or Myers, and I can't see that happening unless, again, it has to be about Kirk, at least at this moment in time. But, and, maybe it is Fallon saying that, finally stepping up and saying what's going on is bullshit and I can't do it anymore. I can't be safe anymore. Like, because, he's in a spot now. He's in a spot. How Kimmel reacts next and how Fallon reacts next is going to mean a lot, in my opinion.
Like I said, I'm going to be curious to see if these unions pushing back against the administration is going to influence a rehiring of Kimmel. Although they have according to this news I'm reading here, they have a Charlie Kirk special planned for the time slot.
Yeah, Sinclair. Yeah, I think I said this earlier. Sinclair was planning to preempt Kimmel with a special on Friday night at 11:35. Yeah, that's the time you want to have a special like that on. First off, second off, that's specifically for Sinclair stations, not a network thing. Just that's important there. And I should also kindly note that I think Sinclair is pretty pissed off that Nexstar is getting the brunt of this whole publicity here, because it was their statement that caused ABC to pull the bench him. Even though Sinclair is the owner of the most amount of ABC stations on the network, which I think is a problem. But more to the point, I think Sinclair's pissed about it because they're not new to this; they're true to this. Swift boating, they're a part of that.
Yep.
Back in 2004, they've been doing this shit for decades. This shit ain't new for Sinclair; it's new for Nexstar. Yeah, Sinclair is pissed because Uncle Perry decided to pressure Bob Iger so that Daddy Brendan can give him some more toys to play with. That's basically what this boils down to. And I would also note this, if people are listening and they are being a part of the pressure campaigns and stuff that are ongoing and are going to be ongoing for a while, don't talk to individual stations. Don't talk to individual stations here, because they don't know shit.
Yeah. Well, they can't do shit.
Right. They can't do shit. Number one. Yeah. They don't know what the owners of their stations are doing, because like a station in like for example, Atlanta doesn't, or not Atlanta because Nexstar doesn't own a station here. Nexstar or Sinclair doesn't own a station here yet. But let's say, okay, I mean, Knoxville.
Nexstar owns my local station, for example.
Right. Nexstar owns your station there. They also own station. Let's use Knoxville, Tennessee, for an example, because it's a little bit a smaller market, right? Like, a station in Knoxville does not know what their owners in Dallas are doing. Because Nexstar is based in Dallas. Sinclair is based in Baltimore. Stations where you live likely don't know what the people in Dallas or Baltimore are doing. So, don't blow up their switchboards like they made this decision. It was out of their hands.
Right.
So, focus more on the companies themselves, Nexstar, Sinclair. Those are the two we know about. There may be more. Who knows? But it's mostly them because they got the bulk of the power here. And the network itself and Disney. Those are the 4 areas you need to focus on. Don't call up your local station and go, why did you do this? Blah, 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 blah. You know, they don't know more than you do. All they know is the memos that they get from the corporate.
Yeah.
And they probably didn't get a heads up on this until they knew about everything else. Because, like, if you look at what Nexstar and Sinclair stations themselves are reporting on their newscast tonight, it's not a lot. They don't even talk about their corporate owners' roles in it, largely because they probably don't have a lot of information, just like you do. You don't, about why they decided to do this, why they decided to do what. I mean, we have a good idea, but we don't really know why they decided to go into a boardroom tonight and go, we got to call Bob and tell him to get him off the air. Like, so that's all I'm saying going as we go forward here. Don't paint broad brushes and focus on who the real problem people are here in this discussion.
Well, it's like with your local news channel and they're running like Nexstar, Sinclair stuff.
Right,
they have
right.
no control over that.
Exactly.
Many places they wouldn't, but they don't have a choice.
Yeah, but at the same but yeah, for most of them, they're in the dark. You know, Sinclair stations, we know for a fact they are forced to run news stories and stuff like that. But they didn't get a memo about this programming change because this is not just simply a forced news story or a forced whatever. We're talking forced preemption. And I'm pretty sure for a lot of these stations, they're probably not happy about the fact that they have to scramble now to find out what the fuck they're going to put after their newscast.
Yeah. Because, like, especially for the stations that aren't being forced to run the fucking, you know, let's sacrifice kids for the Second Amendment, bastard.
Yeah, right. Because we're like, and not just that, also for the stations in small and mid markets. Like, they have a decision to make because they can't. They just simply can't afford to put something up. They gotta scramble because, you know, I don't even know if they're doing reruns of Kimmel instead of the actual show, live shows.
We have no idea from ABC if they're even like not letting people run Kimmel reruns.
Right. So it's like,
well, they're doing like I said, they're doing the Charlie Kirk tribute show in Sinclair. Its place on Sinclair.
Yeah, which means Nexstar and independent ones they have
and everybody else and everybody, especially the affiliate groups that had nothing to do with this shit.
Yeah.
Like they're like Scripps and Tegna, who ought to be freaking out right now, because of the people who might be running them in a couple of months.
I think there's going to be a rather large deluge of lawsuits that are coming from this.
I could bet you money that after this happened, one of the first people Jimmy Kimmel called was his agent and his lawyer.
Oh yeah, no, like suits are getting involved. I wouldn't be shocked if
contract
shit
talks.
comes.
Can I buy out my contract here? How the fuck do I work this? Because again, let me remind everybody here. The reporting is suggesting that Kimmel was going to address this tonight on the show and explain himself. Okay? He was not
just that now.
Toss it on the run. Yeah. Now it's like, okay. Now, because here's the thing with Jimmy Kimmel. I could come back, but what freedom do I fucking have now? Because what I got suspended for is not at all offensive.
Yeah, they're
Like,
acting like he was inciting riots, not
or at
fucking.
the very least, or that he was celebrating Charlie. Because when we first saw that they were pulling him off and suspending and all this stuff, it's like, wait, what did he say?
Yeah, they're acting like he was either
That was the
inciting
first
people
question
to
we
go
asked.
out and kill people, or that he was praising the killer, and he did neither.
Yes, he didn't praise the killer. He didn't praise the murder. He didn't talk about his children or his wife.
Yeah.
Like,
He
that's
didn't
the thing to me.
insinuate
It's like,
any more violence to happen.
no, he simply said, this past week, a low point, MAGA people were talking about the murderer of Charlie Kirk. He specifically said it was a murder, right?
If it wasn't for ABC going fucking psychotic, DMCAing people playing the clip, I'd play the fucking clip.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, we could just read it for
because they know they know it makes them look bad. They know it makes them look bad, incredibly bad.
It's just crazy. So now it's a situation where if Jimmy Kimmel's got to be like, I mean, it's going to be really interesting to see what he does next.
I'd be willing to bet that he is remarkably calm about all this because Donald Trump just handed him the lottery.
Basically, he
Donald Trump,
salty that
whether
he's
it's
losing his show, but
I have to keep reiterating this, that if it comes from the administration, it doesn't matter if it originated from Donald Trump himself, because whether he accepts responsibility or not, he is responsible for the people under his command, just like in the military.
Let's be very fucking clear. This has been a Donald Trump obsession since the moment he appointed Brandon Carr. Brandon Carr has done more for Donald Trump in his time as FCC chairman than anybody else in that administration.
Right.
He has been the number one attack dog.
As Harry Truman once famously opined, the buck stops here. And so whatever happens in this administration,
we know what he wanted here.
Whether he pulls the trigger himself or not, there's still a smoking gun.
Right, and if there's anybody in this administration that is easily able to do what Donald Trump wants and make him happy, it's Brandon Carr.
Which makes sense. Because
he has been an attack dog, and he clearly scares the fucking shit out of Bob Iger, out of the people, out of what's his name, Ellison over at CBS, Paramount. He clearly knows exactly what Trump wants, and he also scares the death out of the people in the media. And now people in Hollywood need to have everybody in Hollywood, no matter who they work for, no matter where they work for. Y'all got a decision to make. Y'all got conversations to be had.
This administration is about to get wallpapered, and they're going to have another Epstein problem because of the fact that apparently Donald Trump decided to sue the New York Times
for $15
million. as himself instead of as president of the United States, which erases his immunity.
Yep.
Well, and to be frank with you, I don't trust the New York Times to completely fight that. I think they're going to settle. I don't trust the Times. I don't. They haven't given me any reason to trust them. If they want to change, great. But I have a firm feeling that there are a bunch of weak-kneed people that they're going to fight for maybe a couple of months, and then eventually there's going to come a point where they settle. But yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. A lot has changed in a matter of weeks.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Right. Well, it's also, I don't think anyone quite understands what the reverberations of this act are going to be, because here's my prediction. This is going to backfire on the admin and Disney and all that bigly, as Trump would say.
Yeah.
Because
yes. I honestly agree with the two. Go ahead.
Well, it's also, and this is depressing to say, but it is it's kind of the way of the world, but Trump went after a normal, everyday, middle-aged white guy.
Yeah.
Not someone who's marginalized. He's not somebody who's a minority. He's not somebody who's female or any of those qualifiers.
Right. And not just that. Not just that. But again, for something that is tame, for something that is not an intense joke at all, for something bland. Like, these people are evil, but they're stupid evil.
But
and
they've also now they've shown their hand.
Right, exactly.
Because what have we been having with the Charlie Kirk stuff? Like, we've been having a lot of the pundit class still trying to defend him. And, still defend the things he said, the things he did. Can't you let live, and so on and so forth.
Like, the problem with, if this was just like some regular right-wing dude who didn't say as such inflammatory rhetoric as children should basically be sacrificed for the Second Amendment. If this was just some pro-Trump guy who got, something unfortunate happened to him and was murdered, that'd be one thing. But this is a guy who's been saying awful rhetoric. Who should, if this was 15, 20 years ago, he would have been outright ignored.
And now the Trump administration's basically using him as their horse whistle.
Yes. So,
and
it's over much. Yeah.
Commentators are either going to realize really quickly, or they're on the payroll that nobody's safe.
Well, and why are they using him as their horse whistle? Because they didn't get their Reichstag fire out of it.
They're trying.
They were expecting there to be a big riot, but everybody knows the drill now.
Yeah.
Well, it's also Charlie Kirk. Most people didn't know him, and those who knew him,
barely any opinion of him.
Yeah, and those
we got polling that's had him only have like an approval rating of +1,
negative one.
Even. Well, -1, +1. I've seen. I think it was like -1, +1 in terms of independence. It's like basically who or Matt.
Yeah, right. And it's interesting because his so-called debates where he fights disingenuously, like very Steven Crowder style, and I believe that Crowder made some kind of reference in all this mess too. I've overheard in the shadows, but he would just go in there to talk over people, you know.
Right,
and try to end with quips like his own last words.
Right, and that's the thing here.
He didn't engage in actual debates. Like, debates have rules.
Yes,
right.
It's like, they keep saying that he took part in political discussions or he had different political views. His debates, his discussions were, these guys suck, and insult every single demographic under the sun except for straight, white, cishet Christian men.
And even
every
then,
single one.
And these congressmen going around and saying that Kirk would have been the 13th apostle, or technically the 14th. It's like no, I think you're thinking of like 12th night or something like that.
If heaven exists, bro would be shot out to hell immediately.
Well, you said that, not me.
Well, first of all, he couldn't have been an apostle because he wasn't Jewish. In fact, he wasn't terribly religious.
Yes.
According to his own biography, he was an agnostic atheist, which is kind of an oxymoron. But I don't know.
But if you ask the right, he was a great Christian.
Oh
but it's like And
the shit show that was Erica Kirk's response, where she basically put up a campaign lectern next to his desk, was in such poor taste it almost made me retch.
All right, so
anyway,
but yeah, so he it might be a case of, I mean, we're gonna have to wait and see how this all develops. But who knows? By next week, Kimmel might be back on the air, because apparently he might come back. Who knows? He might come back on Monday or sometime next week. It probably just won't be on Sinclair stations, because they're already saying that he won't put him back on the air unless Jimmy Kimmel gives a financial donation to Turning Point USA.
I don't think they can do that.
I think that is
Well, that's what
actually
they want.
illegal.
Yeah, they want Jimmy to apologize and donate to Turning Point USA.
Yeah, no,
Well,
that's literal extortion.
I think at this point, there's just no. Even if they reinstated him, there'd be no incentive for him to go on the air at all. And he could honestly cite breach of contract as his reason, because people were blathering about morals clauses and this and that, but he violated no morals clause. So again, they're in breach of contract.
He did not denigrate anybody.
No,
He
you
didn't
can't
denigrate
say
anyone, didn't incite violence.
No,
he didn't go over to their house. He didn't eat all their peanuts. He didn't drink all their beer, and he didn't shit on their rug.
No, he did not personally insult anybody. He didn't offend anybody except for right-wing snowflakes.
Mm-hmm.
People who are prone to being offended for existing.
Right, and also offended a television station company that once upon a time preempted an episode of Nightline where Ted Koppel read names of those who died during Operation Iraqi Freedom. So
the consolidation of power. I think the biggest problem here is that we're shining a light into the shadows of consolidated power and its excesses. I think that's the takeaway that we should begin to wrap up on.
Right, because we know for a fact the FCC wants to break down the station caps so that anybody can own as many stations as they want to. Because the National Association of Broadcasters says, if we get bigger, we can, serve the public better.
And would this be at the behest of? It would be at the behest of Sinclair and the Mercers and all the other right-wing guys who have more money than time.
And Nexstar.
Yes,
who have
a vested interest and more money than they know what to do with.
Yes. No, I'm agreeing. I'm saying yes.
No, I stopped there. You're fine.
No, I was concurring with you and saying yes. You were going on there. I wasn't.
Yeah. No. It's fine. I'm just reaching down to pet my cat Snowy, who says it's past his bedtime.
Yeah, let's wrap it up here. I'm sorry. It's just this is one of those cases where we had to get some things off our chest, right?
That's fair. I think so. Yeah. And so
let me end with this. It's a small little thing. God, I wish we were in more boring times than this.
Why does every week have to be a historical event? For the love of fuck!
Because of
whiteness,
boring times, and everyone hated it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
we're here because 77 million white and people of color who wish they were white wanted this. That's why we're here.
We're here because the Israelites petitioned God to send them a king, and they sent us Saul.
Basically. Anyway, let's wrap it up here. Sorry about it being 20 minutes longer than I probably should.
There's your 1 Timothy chapter 8 reference for the night.
Yeah. Hopefully this thing will be much calmer next week, folks. We're sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, next week there won't be a show, but
oh right, 2 weeks. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Yep.
I'm sorry. 2 weeks from now, hopefully things will be a lot calmer.
But the week after should be a good time, because on October 13th or October 1st episode, on October 1st, episode 13, we're going to have Sean Chiplock, who is an amazing voice actor, gamer, and streamer, and heard in an ever-rising number of your favorite games and anime. He got his union bones with Sword Art Online.
Oh boy.
So
yeah, he's also the new voice of Bubsy.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Hold on to your
That should be
asses,
fun.
kids.
That should be fun.
When we come back yep. So next week on Tuesday, hopefully we'll start the whole Final Fantasy 14 on the new channel. I'm hoping that I'll have enough time over the weekend to indoctrinate Petty Fan on the new procedures, and we will start with that. And then you said you've got the whole thing with Ogre and Galix on Wednesday, right?
Yep. Well, we will try at least.
Okay. And then October 1st we'll be back. So I'm looking forward to it. Until then, I'm your host, Mac Paladin. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there, kids.